with the normal difficulty, huh? That'd be my pick for a first playthrough.
Stay in line or I'll knock you to the bottom of the org chart. Banter elsewhere.
Pleasure not doing business with you.
Spare me your sales pitch. Ugh, peptic ulcers are barking today.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base. North appears an old abandoned chapel. Hey, I ought to be charging for information.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
Oh great, a 472. Been a while since I had to dodge bullet spray.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Bahamian survivors in Westport. Once any changes reported, that kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract. Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell him. But I do love bits. Come on, friend. Let's go set our lamps on something juicy from Milver Street. Keep walking.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
Maybe focus on self-bettering yourself.
If you're wondering why there's so many engineers sitting here on their rears, it's because the dang Crabbles ran us out of the desalinator. Now we're stuck here on standby wages. Hope you ain't jesting with us, friend. Can't wait to get back to making full-time wages. Thank you kindly.
Hello, and goodbye.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
You're pushing your luck. Oh, this is real good. You trying to get somewhere you ain't wanted? Friends.
I don't even want to think of it.
If you're wondering why there's so many, hope you ain't jest.
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
Scout report. Hello, and goodbye.
Can't help you. Sorry.
Those guards are mighty agitated. And some are wearing gas masks. Yeah, something ain't right here. We should be cautious.
I heard that.
My favorite cut, the
know you have
Here!
Don't make me bury another. They did me in. Help me out.
Any about? Locked and stopped.
It's like that lab tech was trying to retrieve something from that terminal. Almost made it, too. Damn. No good deed, I suppose.
End this fight on my feet.
You had my back.
Back in business.
Looking a few quarts low, Commander. Let me know when you need it. Combat! Hey! Got a distraction for you!
Rolling up my sleeves.
Hate to ask for help, but help? Back in it.
Don't make me bury another agent!
Hurry! Hey, get me go-getting again.
Target relocated.
Time to settle accounts.
Aggressors in range.
What?
Look alive, Commander.
You're fired! I predicted.
Not getting up without help, Commander!
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Know you have my back.
Check enemy lane, just heard.
you. Because I took action on all my action items.
Armed and ready.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
be downsized.
Your lot couldn't hit the broad side of a freighter. I'm the one you need to worry about. Coming up on some foes. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Hey, get me go-getting again.
Knew you had my back.
Back in business. Yeah.
Look alive, Commander. Target relocated.
Let me know when you needed a stretch. Over here.
I'm at you.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Will somebody cover me or what?
Ready to waste it. On your command.
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams this week. Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Elman Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advice. Oh, all that pleading and the like. Yes. Well, it's only my second time trapped in a laboratory basement, and I do admit, I did panic just a little. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me. As our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to future Auntie's Choice products. As per usual, we threw precaution to the wind. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's Choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing profound irritability. To a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work, well, of course, succeeding in a haphazard fashion is one of the first courses taught to Auntie's Choice students in any field. But yes, you see, our lab is it all requires a certain devotion. In the end, well, it should all be rather straightforward, yes? I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think? Oh dear. It's occurred to me this might benefit to some extent from medical training. Are you perhaps someone well-versed with pharmacological matters? Apologies. I do tend to assume everyone has a doctorate. No matter. If you are capable of following simple instructions, I'm sure I can guide you through it. Tremendous. Well then, we'll need two things. Fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition that originally uncovered them. After that, an antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course. How exceedingly fortunate. Just one thing left to gather then. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formation. Once we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining colleagues, so best not murder them all in the meantime.
Typical Auntie's choice. Moving fast and breaking things.
Let me handle this.
What did I just get? side. West. Westport.
Looks like a fight.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing there. Hit what in...
Time to earn my commission. It's a pro.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in this frag race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crabbles skedaddle, or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea.
Can't wait, Commander. At least until we've... Sure. This looks like the place. Oh, I haven't felt this high strung since Horizon Point.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look...
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zed, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
Uh-huh.
That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart. That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, That means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He stopped there. I know what you would... The Crabbles? Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges. I do believe that one day... Quickly, Do you always put your hand... If there's anything I can do to...
Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but that's appreciated, Commander. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed. That's fair. Might have left them a note or something. I was just worried I'd lose my nerve, but you have a point. Wasn't right of me to just up and split. Anyway, I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed? Sure, always.
Silence. Work.
Hey, got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter. Knew you had my back. Ready to waste it. On your command.
Which one? Oh.
The wireless said that flooding Westport, are we amply sustaining the system right now? Could I be sustaining it more?
Take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sun.
Trust the plan, observe said progress, sustain the system.
Must rout all disruptive factors and invasive elements.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antis invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. Oh, we've all heard about Auntie's Choice grafting labs. Only cost you an arm and a leg. Oh, so I could profit greatly from the suffering of others, could I? No, thank you. Our way is to help those in need, so that we may all succeed together. The Protectorate provides assistance and guidance. We face tough times, sure, but the paradigm charts us a way through them. Each of us has a vital part to play. If we remain resolute, we'll have harmony and luxury. And that, my friend, is the truth of the matter. I I am acutely aware of Westport's current misfortunes. To suggest otherwise to someone presently engaged in a 72-hour medical shift is no harm done. If you've got any medical supplies to spare, please do consider donating them. Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Whether
Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character, and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? Oh, they'd just take us all in? Provide us with all the food and medicine and housing we'd ask for, would they? Doesn't align with how I've heard them depicted on the wireless. This is dangerous talk, friend. We've already been branded traitors. If we give them any excuse now, they'll send in the arbiters directly. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous. Well, now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those Crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. See you when I see you.
Has the Sovereign said how many of those pills were each allowed? Is now a bad time to report myself for mental refreshment? I wouldn't want to be inconvenient.
Imperfection is impossible, when mind is a thing of perfect symmetry.
Prudence dictates we maintain
You've returned.
sufficient zeal at all times.
just didn't
Greetings.
have the firm, benevolent hand of the Sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't
It is my
strenuous.
esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Dut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Whatever.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
Pshaw! I've no desire to speak of the current state of Fairfield, no less the Auntie's choice riffraff controlling it, or worse, any traitors who have flocked to their side. Why, I cannot fathom any of my people or I even contemplating defecting the Protectorate. Because we of the Protectorate believe in something. We dream, we aspire together. Well, as I said, I believe something What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts. Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs. These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my failures. If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain, hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try. What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need. Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why?
I don't know what an Earth Directorate is, and I thought we were past the need for being coy, but fine. I'll extend you my trust as a show of good faith. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, to get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here. Farewell now.
Strenuous or stressful, food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Hey, Commander. Could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milverstreet's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milver Street also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain, if he can be trusted. Reviving Westport would anger some folks back in Fairfield, but there's no question the Vigilant could help us get into the Vox station a whole heck of a lot easier. Given the condition of this place, I'd assume no shortage of willing spirits eager for a way out. But then, reason's sometimes hard to come by with the Protectorate. Before you make a decision one way or the other, let's ask around. See what the residents have to say. No use trying to lift up those attached to the muck.
Invasive species can unbalance even the most.
Auntie's choice. Got something that needs doing, Commander? How personal are we talking? Couldn't say. I would have continued when I regained consciousness. Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. A successful graft is a boom. Says a lot about your character that you'd focus more on the aesthetics than the scientific possibilities. In any case, my CO wasted no time moving his troops off Eden. Since I'm no longer one of his, I ain't privy to the details. I miss my platoon. Most of the time. I hope they're holding on okay wherever they are. Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep. Of course I do. Can't help but wonder if I'm missed in return. Anyhow, I would rather return to the matter at hand. Right. Then I keep pushing folk. You didn't see me when but suppose if her treatment doesn't stick, I owed. I'd rather not dwell on. Fine by me. Our onboarders promised. I don't know if I would have made it out alive without him. Better than I'd feared. He almost, it was a rough few nights at first, knowing I appreciate. In any case, I'm only standing here because of it. Fine by me? Like ain't they treated me better than my last employee. What? Did you think? Take a look at what, I'm just one of many who welcomed the change. Of course, now, that takeover was the best thing that ever happened. Fine by me? Nah, they're good. Said we'd all get burned if we, maybe. Our colony was, those of us at the bottom, only found joy. Most of there, of course, in Taucetti. Last, we never, so if you're wondering why, say what you want, but fine by me.
Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. History,
Stranger? Outsider?
I'm realigned with the paradigm.
I was sad for a minute because my house got stolen.
I inhaled so much dust and debris. The matriarch and sovereign chose Eden, the perfect ecotope as our home, and devised the paradigm as
species can unbalance
way to make
ecosystem.
for all Protectorate subjects within and without earshot.
That doesn't sound like a sanctioned communique.
The announcement, trust the plan, observe some progress, stay in the system.
People can't imagine telling Hogarth I'm leaving. Believe I'd feel additionally triggered.
Wow. Yeah.
I was sad for a moment because my house got exposed to the flooding.
Do the advertisements help Auntie's folks straighten out their minds? Mental refreshment.
No, it feels like some kind of punishment. In fact, it feels like Auntie hates me. Maybe
I reject
an
imperfect thoughts in all their
luxury and
forms.
resplendence
All
are
thoughts of
all
any
best.
kind, whatsoever.
You think? Certainly, a session of mental refreshment will help purge the non-paradigm thought.
Choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice. Remember, Auntie knows.
No, I just feel. May the sovereign guide you. Prudence dictates. We cherish all we have and defend it.
I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's choice.
Why do those advertisements never stop?
They never scrupulous eaters over us.
Okay. Point to that building is what? Fun.
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Wait for permission. See my opportunity and take it. I had to make my
I had a
Decisions
had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't
Now
gift
what?
us the paradigm, and we were left to scramble for purpose and profit like 71. Stay true, outsider.
You've returned.
Yeah.
Nope. Where is this? Private stash, whatever.
That vacuous cacophony sets my teeth on edge.
Heck, man.
That endless. Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind.
nasal flooding and worse, unless you stockpile.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to save it. Well, that's what's commonly referred to as your opinion. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Despite that vacuous nonsense blaring from our loudspeakers, we are still able to see to our subjects' needs. We have a generator to power our mechs and a fresh water supply. I don't know. Look, I've entertained these fool notions of yours long enough. I have a brighter future in what all of us need most here are those auto-mechanical parts. Now, please, make farewell now.
Hello. I'm here often.
Giving you auto-mechanical parts.
Cutting measure. We're rushing it to market. Following a modicum of testing, slurriness will soon be found in all of our food products.
Auntie's choice. We put the art in artificial.
Sabotage 3 key pieces of infrastructure. I did. Westward infrastructure.
Made accidentally, we created on purpose.
Yet despite this availability, if mouth feels, I feel great.
Everyone knows Salubri's concoctions aren't supposed to taste good.
I'll say rotten fruit and decomposing fish combined.
That's how you know it's working.
Nannerfish restorative elixir. Additional health benefits. None of the delicious taste. New from Anti. Where nature ends, we begin.
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
Huh. Well, I'll be. Did you hear that? Must be wholly accurate and true since I heard it on the loudspeaker. Oh, excuse me. Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over. Subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. Curativist Row is a fine sort. Pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kinda lonesome, but doesn't let anybody near his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Well, mechs do all the heavy combat and the right parts. Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now is upkeep of key apparatus. If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. That Milver Street fellow said in Fairfield you can, if I understood correctly, opt for any job you show proficiency. Could that truly be true? Or is it a base falsity foisted by Auntie's choice to, you know, undermine Protectorate subjects' unflagging resolve? Oh, and they hire you too. You're not simply assigned a role, but you... That's a right intriguing proposition. I do wonder what it's like to have a choice about things. If it weren't for Vigilant Hogarth, I do believe I'd scupper off to... well, you know where. Yeah. You convince him, I'm in. But I owe him enough I wouldn't abandon him for nothing.
Auntie's choice.
Fairfield, here we come. I mean, once the Vigilance says so.
Interlopers intent on stealing the very... head off your plate. No! Farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say
Seriously? That's it? That's stupid.
worry Zeb's in over his head with all of this. Good thing, sure.
If there's anything I can do to support your endeavor, I will.
You're missing the part where you get blown halfway to the void and back.
I'd like to help, but I fear I lack the supplies at the moment to ply my craft. Try Fairfield. The doctor there is competent. Miserly, but competent.
Generator.
Choose for yourself, buy for yourself. With Auntie's choice, your lives will be transformed for the best.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose?
I know if it was healthy, the Sovereign would provide it.
Salutations!
How can Purple Berry Crunch be both evil and have 110% of the chemicals and preservatives we need?
I guess the notion that unnamed chemicals are good for us is misguided.
All of us at Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors.
Ha 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 ha.
Can't imagine telling Hogarth I'm leaving. Believe I'd feel additional.
That vacuous cacophonies. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns. Thought you'd agreed to help us, not those corporate heathens. Not my favorite topic of discourse, but I do like the cut of your jib. Very well. State your piece. My people are prepared to die. As subjects of the Protectorate, we are born to give our lives to the... Perhaps you are correct. Ironically, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission to leave, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve. Admittedly, the outlook is bleak, but I am a member of the Protectorate. I shall persevere. They will see I am a subject of worth.
Is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the
You do make a convincing argument, stranger. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps if I offer... All right then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
And worse, unless you've stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent, an easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent.
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice. Thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly. Need a moment to let this all settle in. I will be on my way by and by.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one force rocket for a whole 10 at prestige force throw. Straight up.
Those new Protectorate folk here from Westport, I really respect them. They've been through a lot.
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps aided Westport's departure into inhospitability. Sometimes the harshest moves are the most necessary. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? Trust will take time to build, time and patience. But that is an investment I am ready to make. You've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see. Plan is such a strong word. Let's call it a hunch. Consider this your first lesson in propaganda. Find whatever your target desires most and use it towards your own ends. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll...
New Westport Protectorate folks need a middle manager to focus their earnings.
The others appear to be a climate... Well, hello. You appear burning with purpose. Is everything all right? Has something occurred? Judging by the waves of consternation wafting off of you, your other options must have failed. Yes, I know of a means in, but you must do something for me there. Even though I no longer, I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. It saved many lives. The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and Marshal Corbin. As with all my subjects, I have been there when he needed me. I trust we can call on him now to do his part. Seek him out at the Vox Relay, conscript him with the writ, and this is important. You must convince him to kill Montelli. Corbin will want to talk him down, to take him into custody, to message superiors outside the facility beforehand. We cannot allow any of that to happen. If Corbin becomes the highest-ranking officer alive, no one will be able to contradict his accounting of events. The Protectorate execute connivers and schemers. Corbin must appear for... That will have to do, I suppose. Here is the writ. Farewell now.
I must ask you to hold still.
Oops.
How do you eat Pickleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the...
Turn to Ethel.
Take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Looks like a fight.
Red spores.
Foraging time's over. We should have what we need.
Ooh.
Figured this ship would have departed by now. You know how Sentinels are. They take their time with traitors and instigators.
Look alive, Commander. Hostile ahead. What do you think? Sit still, man.
Ready to waste.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander. Changing magazine, efficiently and in short order.
Back again. Thought we were done for now. You again. I heard fighting. What's going on?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hotbox. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on Zeb to go as far as raising the dead to help. But it's too late. I gather you haven't noticed the bodies in the pen here.
Oh. The others don't look like they suffered easy deaths. What happened?
Montelli, damn him! He executed March and Pharaoh outright, ranting about traitors. Then the Consul Sentinel arrived to conduct a preliminary interrogation. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her, and thanks. Can't take all the credit, though. The Sentinel seemed spent by the time she got to me. Wore herself out on the others, I guess. Quick, though, before I forget or we're interrupted, I memorized the cipher. It's 02519W. Should help Zeb decode the intelligence we sent him a whole lot faster. Kind of you to offer, but I'm not going anywhere.
If you're too hurt to walk, I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the Sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then, just as we leave orbit, I'm going to blow her pretty ship to pieces.
That might just be the most ruthless bait and switch I ever heard. Your friends ought to be proud.
Thanks. Funny what ideas come into your head after losing a molar. I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, the Protectorate will pursue me, and everyone I care about will be in danger. I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system.
You know your stuff, Commander. I was just about to point out the same problem.
What do you propose, then?
Not blowing yourself up, for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadows. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander?
The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? No. They'd probably tell me I was being foolish, acting rashly. But what if I'm right? All right. I'm going to trust you on this, if only because I don't feel my head screwed on quite right at the moment. I just hope you're not wrong. No point in remaining here then, is there? I'll need you to find a way to unlock the gate to this pen. If you can't unlock it through nimble fingers, one of those freshly made corpses nearby should have a keycard on them. Still no keycard? Have you searched the bodies of the guards? Well done. I can manage from here. Tell Zeb I'll rendezvous with him later. Once I've identified a safe place to meet. One last request. Don't damage the transport. A lone escapee is already insult, but a sentinel killed, her transport destroyed? The Protectorate won't ignore such outright injury. Anyway, thank you.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without bloodying the Protectorate's nose first. I could still go through with our plan from before. Sabotage the transport, make it look like an accident. Wouldn't be hard. I'm torn. On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we gonna have a chance to take out one of the She was ready to fulminate herself before we talked her out of it. I'm just saying, maybe she ain't thinking so straight. That Sentinel's not gonna stop. She'll find new targets, new people to torture and kill. If we do nothing now, their blood will be on our hands. I've spent 10 years on the sidelines, watching people suffer, not being able to do a thing about it. We can do something here. So shouldn't we? probably right. Tempting as it be to watch that Sentinel fry. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher, and he'll want to hear about what happened with Audra.
You've returned, but where are the others?
We pulled Audra out before she got herself blown up for the cause, but we were too late to save the others. A Sentinel worked them over real bad. I'm sorry, Zeb.
Damn the Protectorate! I'm certain you did all you could. And I'm especially grateful you were able to rescue Audra. I'd be at sea without her. And what of the cipher?
Ha! Good one. The cipher is O2.
Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so surly. I'm pleased. I haven't much to reward you with, but this information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Never fear.
Reckon I like the sound?
The Protectorate will no doubt wish to strike back at us, but they will grasp only air.
No, anyway. Need something, Commander? Anyway. Needs... Sure. Oh. Anyway, need something? Sure. Got time for a debrief, Commander?
Feels good, don't it? Helping folks like Zeb and Audra hit back against the Protectorate. Almost like being back with the Earth. Pretty sure Val can give you something for that. It's easy to focus on all that's going wrong, but wins ought to be celebrated too. No. Trust, I learned my lesson there. Got the burns to prove it. On Triangular might have suggested going for drinks somewhere they don't come with fuel, but here, I think... Shucks, Commander. Thanks again for...
What do you mean you're leaving? Ship's over. I have a life after
Guns cocked and loaded. Let's get the thing.
Trouble ahead. Where's my boy damn cover?
No target. Combat. Your lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Liquidator.
my most favorite, least homicidal absolutely gore. Now, first things first. Insert that data cartridge for me. Allow me to give this a cursory eyeball, perfect. I'm sure we have the correct neutralizing agent here in the lab. I'll nose out the exact compound within our chemical reserves in 2 shakes. Well, it's a textbook example of the medulla oblongata wagging the cerebellum. Although, frankly, there's a plethora of ways to stimulate the reptile brain into such a flurry. None of the previous methods were anywhere close to being this commercially viable. But where there's a will, there's a way to make a profit. Honestly, this whole process is 1 part scientific testing, 2 parts improvisation, and a dash of pure, normally I'd say perfection. There. I have determined enable the device and it will beget a working antidote momentarily. I cannot wait to put this entire sordid affair behind us. Though in the end, this should turn out to be quite a lucrative day. I saw you working the chemical synthesizer. I presume you were successful in creating... Nice try. Not when I can simply bide my time, not budging. Oh, all right. I suppose I'd be willing to throw in a little extra. Wonderful, wonderful! Knew you seemed a bankably reliable sort. All right. I am activating the air filtration system. There. Should only take a few moments for the antidote to circulate. Everyone still alive should be right as rain shortly. Marvelous. You'll find your remuneration in the chest behind me. My supervisor will hear of your actions. Oh, and before I forget, I, Omid Ormsby, under the power granted me by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, hereby free you from impressed service to Auntie's choice. Be seeing you. The biological samples within the remains outside are no doubt... No doubt deteriorating rapidly. I may have to recreate this experience somewhere else.
Give Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give you some new clicks. Give Auntie 5
You know,
bits, and
I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a scene on each other.
Some days when I make it big in lower middle management,
you can't spell heinous aesthetic without Auntie's choice.
told my manager a man is not a slice of nanner, Mr. Overby. Then I said, I am more than some commonplace.
Again, I'll look for this protectorate idiot. If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up. Take classes on milk machines. And it's easy bits.
Huh? Ay, ay, ay.
Auntie's choice knows that a better you is.
Oh.
Schultz went where? Sakes. Schultz! Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Did I not make clear our...
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. You have some brass. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, no Anti's forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be. First Officer Schultz's decision to enter the minefield was not sanctioned, approved, or encouraged. Frankly, I have no idea why she defied orders. Schultz was a good soldier, admirable sense of duty, less than optimal eyesight. Her loss will be felt in this unit. If only she had recognized the merits of our post. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another. I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders.
Yeah, come on, Commander. We have a real chance to make a difference here. Ain't like Carr's putting her skin on the line out here.
For the sake of discussion, let's say that I agree to this enterprise. Such non-compliance is unlikely to go over well with my direct report. How do you propose I handle Carr? Auntie Cleo does indeed place a greater value on ingenuity and forward thinking. I see no reason why she would not reward such initiative here. That decides it. I'll make a full account of my actions after the bridge has been neutralized and victory secured. Don't take too long.
Takes all sorts.
I see you haven't gone and blown yourself up yet. I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, I'll pardon your skepticism. Before you depart, a final word. Stay out of the minefield if you value your limbs. If it were my call, certainly. But I answer to a higher authority. Though I've cogitated on the matter at some length, I lack answers. Oh.
This is Commander Emil Torres. The Commander Torres I was telling you about before. Hero of the 3rd Incursion, liberator of Canid Springs Outpost. Apologies for my friend, Commander. They aren't clued into the particulars of your distinguished career.
Never apologize for another's failure, Erickson. Unless you mean to own part of it. And also, it was the 2nd incursion, not the 3rd. Common mistake. Foremost, I'd advise seeking a stealthier means of crossing the bridge. A direct approach is likely to repercuss in a hanging cage and a slow death, courtesy of that there warden. Our initial reconnaissance of the bridge indicated a breach in the western wall that could get you inside, though that was months ago. The intel could be outdated now. Schematics we managed to acquire also list an access tunnel on the eastern wall, but be wary of mines between here and there. The wire is full of unexploded. It's my fervent hope that in time we will. New orders could come down any day. But now, you've neglected to observe our most crucial accomplishment thus far. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution. Before you depart, a final... Stay out of the minefield if you value your limbs. If it were my call, certainly. But I answer to a higher authority. Until I hear different, there's not... I see you haven't gone and blown your... If it were my call, certainly. But I answer to a higher authority. Until I hear different, there's not much we'll be doing beyond bench warming.
I think I polished up nice enough. Got out most of the bloodstains from my uniform.
I don't get where they go, as long as it's a spot.
Take a look at those corpses they've got strung up. Wait. Some aren't dead yet.
This is Protectorate territory, all right. Ain't looking to instigate anything, Commander. But if these bastards make any threat on my person, no promises.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. You! My scouts saw you infiltrating our lands to the north. This is Protectorate soil, and Protectorate it shall remain. Contra, to arms! Let this trespasser know justice. Foreign agents! What about...
Commander, reloading! Medkit coming your way!
Trigger finger's still tired. Ready to waste him. On your command. Enemy operative. Hit what in the where now?
Sustain the system.
Prescription filled! Medical pack, out! Liquidator!
Lighting the place out is one way to get through. Probably my most preferred.
see you haven't gone and blown yourself up yet. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles! And hardly the worse for wear. You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through every hard deployment since leaving Tau Ceti. He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. Seems everyone's scoring big today. We stand ready to cut some final checks at the bridge. So you're the cause of all that commotion. I'd offer thanks, but frankly, I wish I'd been more involved in your little sortie. Well, no sopping up spilled blood. All right, troops. Our friend here has sent the Protectorate to their reward. Time to claim their haunt for ourselves.
Stop that scrounging around.
The bridge is ours, and with nary a scratch to show for it. Thanks for your contributions to this great and honorable endeavor. For as long as we hold the bridge, safe passage is yours.
Knock off the funny business. in. I'll take care of him, Commander.
Don't come any closer. Oh, you're not Protectorate. Think the Sovereign. Huh?
Look alive,
What's
Commander.
that noise? That was a close one. Think the Sovereign. Thank you for saving me. I'm waiting here for my partner. We both fled the base separately. If you see him, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh!
Let this log serve as a record of the fact that Sentry's first-class Briggs and Jakes are both still loyal to the Protectorate and the Sovereign, despite their acts of desertion. The mental state of Brigadier Montelli has been rapidly degrading over
Looks
the
like a
past few
fight.
months, and the Vox relay station is no longer safe for even the most loyal subjects. Initially, he assumed he was simply being overly cautious by increasing base security beyond the standard required by regulations. Unnecessary, quickly devolved into lashing out, seemingly at random. Finally, he started purging the traitors from our ranks. Any infraction, real or imagined, is now seen as an act of treason and deemed grounds for immediate execution. We could no longer live under the abuse of the paradigm. This may make us traitors in the eyes of our superiors, but we will return to be judged when sanity has returned to the Vox relay station.
Let me handle this. Yeah.